Humming a song while I ride on my bike with no hands. Oh, what's up, guys? Well, I just wanted to start the video up and let you know that we've made it. It's finally spring. This is my first ride on the bike of 2013 where I'm not cold. Oh, it is so lovely. Oh my goodness, it's so amazing. Ah, you never forget that the first time you go out and you don't have to completely bundle up. I'm just riding home from school. Had a good day. And I wanted to talk to you guys. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. I gotta do my my minute-long video for R1 Chronicles. I'm gonna try like my 30-second minute-long thing. R1 Chronicles, awesome motovlogger out of Calgary. Yeah, you can check him out. Put a link on the screen. You can check out R1 Chronicles. You should definitely check that out. And he's asked quite a few people from all around his subscribers to do like a 30-second, minute-long video, just sort of saying like who you are and that kind of stuff. So so I got asked to do that, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to try and get that pumped out on the ride home. I'm trying to think to my list of topics right now that I have. I know what I'll talk about here. All right, so as I alluded to and I mentioned in my first video, I started on dirt bikes, and this is my first street bike. I'll talk you through my bike history. That's what I'll do, and I'll try to get some photos in here too. So as I said in my first motovlog, my first bike was a Honda Z50. That was a great bike. It's sort of all cobbled together. I don't know if I have any pictures of it, but I'll look on our old computer and see if I can find some pictures of the Z50. Or if not, I'll just throw up a picture of a random Z50. They're all pretty much the same. Mine was a 1986. Yeah, and as I said in my first video, it was destined for the dump, and we saved it. Sort of fortunately and unfortunately, all at the same time. That bike had that. Yeah, I got that bike sort of as a surprise to me. I wanted a dirt bike, and I didn't expect to get one, I guess. But yeah, so my dad surprised me with that, and it took us a little bit. We got it fixed up. I don't know if you know Honda 50s. And it's the same on the XR 50s and through to the CRF 50s, that the air box is not really a box, it's sort of like a cone shape. And anyway, this bike didn't have one, and it came with a power spike too, but the power spike didn't have one either. So what we did is we took a 2-liter pop bottle, or a half-gallon pop bottle, whatever, and we cut the top off, and we just stuck that in. So instead of having like this purpose-built plastic air box with a filter in it, it just had like a pop bottle. I think it was like a ginger ale bottle with the bottom cut off, and it just fed like raw, unfiltered air straight into it. So that probably didn't help. And we had that bike. I got that bike in the spring, I think, like April or May. And I think it lasts till about October, and it died. The transmission was gone in the other one, or something like that. So we tried to switch the block over, and we just couldn't do it. Or anyway, something happened that we couldn't get it switched over, so that bike died. But I had the itch at that point, right? So I really missed my bike. Oh, funny thing about a Z50, you might not know this, it shifts down. Like its neutral is up, and then it's 3 down, and it has an auto clutch. It's like a manual shifting 4-wheeler sort of thing. Anyway, so we had at the time a 1997 Honda 300 4-tracks. Oh, those are great 4-wheelers. They actually are. We took ours across Newfoundland once. It's just a great quad, great 4-wheeler. Yeah. So and I was riding that around at the time, and I was really missing a bike, and my parents realized that I really wanted a bike, so they went and bought me a brand new 2002. I'm showing my age now, I guess. Not that I'm really embarrassed by it, but you know. I bought a brand new, like not brand new. Like it was 2002 and they bought a 2002. Honda XR50, and I had that for a couple of months. And one morning after my dad left for work and I was going to school, somebody broke into our shed in the backyard. We had like this little shed with a padlock on it. Somebody broke into it. They tried to steal our four-wheeler, and they didn't. I don't know if you know about hot wiring. I don't know if I should be saying this on YouTube, but you pull the wires out and then you put the two together. Well, if you pull the wires out too far, it'll pull them out from the wiring harness, and that's what they did. They must have been like stupid teenagers or something. They ripped the ignition out, and they went to pull the wires up a little bit so they could twist them together, and they actually pulled them out of the wiring harness. So instead of taking that, the four-wheeler, they took my little 50, which was parked right next to it, which, you know, I got off the school bus and I walk down with my sister, and there's a police car in the driveway, and I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of weird. There's RCMP in my driveway, and Dad comes, or Mom comes walking out, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, Jake, I'm really sorry. Someone stole your bike. And okay, I was like 8 at the time, and my motorcycle, my XR50, is like my most prized possession in the world. And my mom told me that somebody stole it, and my 8-year-old heart just broke into pieces, and I'm just standing there like bawling huge crocodile tears because I'm just so broken up and sad at the fact that somebody decided they needed my motorcycle more than I did. And it's like absolute heartbroken. It's the worst I've honestly ever felt in my entire life. It's just this little kid walking in, and his mom's like, I'm sorry son, your motorcycle's been stolen. And it's just, oh, you just can't describe that feeling of just pure, utter, complete heartbreak. I don't think I can put to words how terrible that feeling is. If you've ever had something stolen from you, you know what I'm talking about, and you know that it is just tragic and terrible. And then you take that and you do it to an 8-year-old kid's most prized dirt bike. That's terrible. Like, it's terrible. Stealing the four-wheeler would be one thing, right? Because it just sucks. But just take a little kid's dirt bike, that is a special kind of evil. That is just so terrible to steal some little kid's dirt bike. Thinking about it again, it's just making me angry. Like, who does that? Who steals a little kid's dirt bike? Anyway, so I got a little bit off topic there. Just a wee bit. Just a wee bit off topic there. Yeah, so again, I was without a dirt bike. That's 2, if you're keeping count. It's like murder and kidnap. Or not murder. It was, I don't know. It was like old age and kidnap. We'll say that, because that Z50 was not murdered. Gone before its time. Yeah, there you go. Nice, like, cinematic sort of trailer, eh? Yeah. Cinematic trailer of the Z50, gone before its time. A bike too soon taken to the smelly graves of the Lunenburg municipal dump. I don't know. Oh, never before has anybody been this thematic and cinematic about a 1986 Honda Z50 until now. So, my second XR50, I just ruined the next surprise of the story. So it was a couple months later, and my grandparents helped out my parents, and in 2003 they bought me a leftover 2002 XR50. And that was my third motorcycle, and that was really nice, and I loved that bike as much or more. And that bike was in my family's possession until about a year and a half ago. Almost a year to the day from my first XR50 being stolen. My dad had like just thrown out all the papers for it, because it's like, oh, okay, well, we're never going to get that back. It's really sad. Never going to get it back. threw out the papers, and wasn't it like 2 weeks later, we get a call from Crime Stoppers in Ontario saying that some teenage or young guy in his young 20s or something was pulled over at like 2:30 in the morning driving my stolen XR50 down a road, down some side street in Mississauga, Ontario. Know that Toronto is the biggest city in Canada, and Mississauga is one of the surrounding cities in the GTA, which is the Greater Toronto Area. Well, if somebody wants to explain to me, like, how some little boy's 2002 XR50, Honda XR50, made it all the way from a sleepy little town of East River, or not even town, it's a settlement of East River, Nova Scotia, to the outskirts of Toronto, the biggest city in Canada, then be my guest, because I'm sure that is just a story for the ages. I learned how to do my first little wheelies, my toe draggers. I might have a picture of me doing a toe drag on a 50. I'll try and find that. And it was a little bit later, I was starting to grow up, get taller and stuff a little bit more. And my dad started looking around like in Auto Trader and stuff, because this was before Kijiji or Craigslist. My dad was looking around on Auto Trader and stuff for to get me a bigger bike. And a little bit later, we ended up finding a 2001 XR80, and that bike looked like this. I loved that bike. I actually took that bike across Newfoundland too. Yeah, it's this thing you can do if you are somewhere near. It's this really neat thing. Lots of people do it. You truck your four-wheelers and your quad bikes and your motorcycles or whatever up to Newfoundland, your dirt bikes. You go or up to Sydney, Nova Scotia, in Cape Breton. You go across into Newfoundland to the St. John's side, and then you go across to Port aux Basques, and it's like a 10-day trip you can do on the old abandoned railroad, and it's a lot of fun. So, 2001 Honda XR80. That was my fourth bike. So yeah, I had that 80 for a while, and I didn't ride it right away because I did get it a little bit too soon. I was a little bit too small when I got it. Like I could touch, but with my toes, barely. Like I could only touch flat foot with one foot. So it wasn't ideal. Plus the 80 was bigger, faster. It was to go, I don't know if any of you rode dirt bikes when you were kids, but to go from a 50 to an 80 is probably a bigger gap than going from like a Ninja 250 to like a ZX10 or something. Seriously, because it's huge. So I love that 80, but I eventually sold that 80. But yeah, I ended up selling that. And then I got a 2004, yes, 2004 CRF 150. And the reason I purposefully got a slightly older one because I wanted one with a kickstart, because I think 2006 and newer they had the electric starts, and I really didn't want a bike with a battery. Yeah, 2004 CRF 150, and I had that bike until last year, and no huge memorable memories on that 150, except that was the first bike I ever had that you could wheelie in third. Oh my goodness, I could wheelie that bike forever. And then I sold that bike, and last July I bought this bike. My first Kawasaki ever. Oh my goodness, that is a green dart. Why would you ever want that? It's like pea green. That's worse than that weird yellowish color whatever Ford sells. Like that yellow goldish thing. Oh, gross. Yeah, and I had that bike till last year. And I sold it, and I got this. My first ever Kawasaki. Truth be told, I am probably going to have this bike for a really long time. What with me graduating high school and going to university and stuff, I don't have like a lot of spending money. This bike will be with me for a while, and probably by the time I go to get another bike, this bike will be like, have so many kilometers on it and like a little bit old, and I'll probably just, I may just end up having this bike forever, because there may just be no point for me to sell this bike. Thank you guys a lot for watching. Make sure you check out R1 Chronicles. Oh, and if you don't watch RideVictoria's videos, you definitely should. But RideVictoria's doing this thing where he's trying to like group motovloggers and motovlogger subscribers together and vote in this mobility contest for a guy named Benjamin. so he and his family can help get a mobility van. So if you are in North America and you're interested in this, I'm going to put the link for RideVictoria's video in the description, because he's done a way better job of explaining it, and I am going to put the link that you can go to vote for Benjamin in the description too. So if you live in North America and that sounds like that's something that's your speed, or you live in North America and you want to get involved, please, and you can vote every day. Voting stops in May, so you still get tons and tons of time. So that would be a great help to Benjamin and his family. So go out and do that and show some support. Bike! There's another bike! There's another bike!